And welcome to the Neutral Port. I am Sloppy Noise with my boy.
Hot fuzzy.
Uh, um.
Just kidding.
Anyways, don't forget comment, subscribe. This Friday, the 24th, we have Friday Fight Night. Sign up. 6 million in prizes. There's a link below. And right into it, we have the monthly report from RSI. Fuzz, you want to take this one real quick? Start it off.
Yeah, I'll kick it up. So
There.
they go through kind of a synopsis here of what they have done over the past few months. The big changes have been the AI improvement with the server meshing.
Thankfully.
Oh yeah.
God.
We've noticed it quite large changes with the AI in missions, contested zones, flight, all of it. The biggest changes for the combat wise with FPS have been the just how they react to you, how they chase you down. They're they're acting much more human like. It's great. It's a lot more fun.
And they have a cool little I don't know what you want to call it, little nugget in there. Um, Sometimes when a bot loots another bot, they do the little chicken dance thing while they're looting. It's kind of fun. Anyway, sorry, yeah. I thought it was funny.
No,
Um,
it's good stuff that they're adding. I know everyone's been frustrated with the server issues. The 4.0 has been a pretty rough bumpy start, but there's some really good stuff, guys. Like it's
so
really good.
100%. We'll call out the bad and the good. The good being AI performance is 1,000 times better 99% of the time. You know what I mean? Um, every now and then you run into the complete bots where they just full, if they're in ships, they just kind of fly in a circle, fishing, fish in a barrel type thing. Or you get to the bots and they don't know what they're doing. But for the most part, FPS bots are reactive and proactive. Like they'll hunt you down, they communicate, they got some cool dialogue and shit like that. Uh and yeah, and when you go against those ship bots, dude, they can be
Rough.
yeah,
Rough.
yeah,
Like in a good way. Like challenging. Like
challenge.
it's what you would expect from a hammerhead, fully
Yeah,
crewed hammerhead of this AI. It's like
yeah.
holy crap.
Like you can't take it down with an F7 anymore. You
No,
actually
no,
need like one or
no,
two
no, no.
ships. You need coordination. You're pulling back, you're going in, you're switching out. Like it requires a little bit of teamwork on some, which is what's needed. Okay, before it was just too easy. It was
Yeah,
anyways. Yeah.
you could cheese them in the past. You could
Yeah.
like I remember taking on hammerheads outside of Everest Harbor, right? Like we were doing the Crime Stat 5 where you take on hammerheads and you have to kill a bunch of the UE with a CS5, and I was just in my F8 maintaining about 1.5 kilometers away and just a couple flying backwards, and I would never get hit.
Yep.
Just slowly whittle them down. But now they're maneuvering, they're getting close, they're backing off when they're taking damage, they're resetting. It's good stuff.
They're going into nav mode to pass you and then cutting nav mode as they're flying by you, like decoupled or something. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyways, um, next up on the docket, we have what do we have? We have art
We have
or
art. Yeah.
art. Oh, guys, we got a bunch of ships progressing from the white box, from the gray box, all the way. They're coming out soon. What are you most looking forward to, Mist? Oh, I know what you're looking for. You want the paladin.
I want the paladin.
You want the
I
paladin.
really want the paladin.
Yeah.
That is right up our alley in our ship play style,
I mean,
and it's
it's
it.
the perfect duo ship. It's the perfect duo ship. Okay, combat ship. Perfect duo combat ship. Okay, you got 4 size 5s. You got 4 size 4s. You can fit a couple extra people if you really need to. You want to, whatever. But like slightly smaller than a Corsair.
Yeah,
Great
it's
shields.
like
Great survivability.
it's like right between like a Vanguard and a Corsair would be probably the size comparison.
It's what 5 meters smaller than the Corsair.
Yeah, something like that.
No
It's
cargo.
no cargo.
No cargo.
I don't think it has. I don't know if it has beds or not. I mean, there's too much unknown about it still, but
I think
super
they have
excited
beds.
for it.
90%
Super
sure they have
excited
some
for it.
beds for it. I think it's like 4 beds. But yeah, and then there was also what the fabrication mode for the CSV base building might be coming up soon. On top of that, we have what was the med ship? The new RSI med ship coming out, the Apollo. Was that it? Let me bring up this. Yeah, it is the RSI Apollo coming out soon, along with the Pioneer, the Starlancer TAC, and the Ironclad. Oh, and the Perseus. What do you think about that, huh?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's what.
So, do you think the Perseus is going to be able to take on the Polaris?
Ooh. I don't know enough about the Perseus to know if it's going to be valid against that. There's too many
So,
unknowns. There's too many unknowns.
there are too many unknowns. I think it's going to be a great ship build. I don't know if they're going to be stuck with the bespoke cannons. I think it has like 2 turrets, both with 2 size 7 cannons, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anyways, anything else for art, characters? They've been working on everything. We got 2 new armor sets coming up. Or armor. They're currently working on 2 new armors alongside upcoming armor variants. So, 2 brand new armors and variant armor, like armor variants, whatever.
I mean, they did talk about in sitcon bringing in a
Ooh,
little more armor types, like a racing armor, a flight suit armor to actually benefit you for G-Lock and stuff like that. So maybe they're working on that stuff?
do you
Question
think it
mark?
has to deal with the specializations?
It could.
Because they talked about the specialization for like, oh, I'm going to be a heavy combat guy, so it's going to be like a tank armor looking like a space marine type thing, or a sniper with like medium armor and like all, you know what I mean?
Oh, imagine like a ghillie suit kind of setup.
Oh, ultralight armor, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
10%, but you get like
Like
an
you're a
actual ghillie
glass
suit.
ball. You're a glass ball,
Oh,
but you have some a good a stealth for armor. That'd be freaking dope.
what if it? What if it's like a holographic armor that changes based on the environment you're in? You're in like an asteroid base in Pyro, and it's kind of like trashy looking. Or if you go down to like Ghost Hollow on Microtech, it turns into like leaves and grass and shit. That would be
That'd be
amazing.
dope. That'd be
That'd be
dope. I
amazing.
mean, I wouldn't doubt stuff like that is in the works. They have so much stuff
Yeah.
out there or in the works that they have not gone into deep dive.
Hmm.
The fact that I mean, the fact that Pyro came out of nowhere with like zero, we had zero knowledge of like what was in Pyro, right? And then it came in like a swoop. And this
Yeah.
place is huge. I was not expecting it to be 3, 4 times the size of Stanton with depth in the on the moons, the planets, and everything. There's so much to it. You wonder if Terminus
It's.
is actually somewhat made at this point.
I
But
think they got a lot to add to it. I think.
I'm going a little off. But
Anyways, I
here's the
think there's a
hooking.
whole bunch more to add. I think we're gonna have an extra 10 POIs per planet at a minimum. To be honest.
Yeah, they do
Um.
need to add some more mission stuff and things like that because there is a lot
Yeah.
of dead space. But maybe that dead space is going to be for building too. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
unknowns. But let's jump into the economy stuff. The economy changes. I'm sure you guys have noticed prices have gone up and down for a lot of things. We've seen some of the ores gone up, but RMC went down, CMAT went up, stuff like that. Cargo right now is kind of out, like for buying cargo and then bringing it around and selling it. That's pretty well dead right now for profit margins compared to just doing hauling missions, which are no risk, and you can pull a good rates out of that.
Look,
But
there is if you have a hull C, you can run some what was it, some scrap and make like a half decent profit. You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
think it's
In
a couple
system.
mil. I think it's a couple
But
mil, so it's not bad.
There's no more rappel to 18 or
No,
rappel to Lorville. Okay, that's done, gone. No more 2-3 mil hauls. I mean, we even tried stacking sunset berries and all that shit from shepherds. Uh,
don't do it.
it just doesn't pay off.
Don't
Like
do
it's
it.
so. Firstly, you have to go down there. You have to spend probably 2 or 3 days stacking the cargo in the inventory, right? Then you pull it out. Then you go and you sell it off. You have to sell it off to a whole bunch of different places because you can't sell it all at the same place. And then you're looking at you, maybe 2 mil in profit.
It's not.
Um,
It's not worth the time
yeah,
compared to other things. I mean,
yeah,
if you enjoy the stuff, do it. Right? Like the whole point of the
but
game is to have fun.
yeah,
But if you're not making much profit margins on it, and it's super high risk, especially going to shepherds for that, it's a hotbed there. There's so many other
yeah,
missions going on right around it or at it, so it's just super risky.
yeah. And
But
it does seem like they're trying to test out certain missions by giving them incentives, with increased payouts. And right now, that looks to be combat, bounty, asteroid bases, PvP in contested zones, stuff like that. Get it while you can because they're probably gonna, nerf the payouts for bounties. They're gonna nerf the payouts for pyro and all that stuff. And even the Vaughn bounties or the Vaughn missions. We just did some. Loot tables are down,
yeah, it
so
was
they're gonna be
wild.
moving on to something else very soon.
I'm we did what 5 Vons today, and
Yes.
it was we maybe pulled a half mil to 3/4 mil and stuff over 5 missions. It was just not good. I don't know if we just got super unlucky, but
We pulled some Terranite, some gold, a little bit of slam, and a little bit of egg,
I think we got
right?
like 7 or 8 eggs total out of that. Like
We did get
we
two
had,
24s of slam or something, or 3 24s of slam. But even then,
yeah,
that's
it
over
wasn't
an
crazy.
hour split between two people, just to give you an idea.
Yeah,
And this is endgame content. This isn't, anyways. On to the next, right?
and that was without cheesing it. Sorry, guys
Yeah,
that are exploiting that.
uh,
Boo!
don't do that, man. Have
Don't do
some
that
have some dignity. Have some self respect.
and have fun.
Um, oh, and they increased the prices of bombs and all that stuff. Ah, whatever.
Yes, yeah, but that is what it is. People are just claiming their ships anyway.
Yeah. Graphics, VFX, planet, tech, dude. It's all beautiful. Everything is like everything that's supposed to be beautiful is beautiful. And everything that's supposed to be ugly is ugly in a beautiful way. Like the graphics have never been a problem in Star Citizen. It's always gorgeous.
Yeah,
Um,
it's an
yeah,
top of the line game when it comes to graphics effects and everything like that. I mean,
yeah.
it's just gorgeous game.
Apparently, they have improved Vulcan, with stability improvements alongside multi-threading improvements to increase CPU performance on multi-core machines. Does it actually work? I don't use it. I guess we should try, really.
I tried Vulkan a week ago
Yeah.
and it made my computer cry.
How many cores you running?
I have a 7800 X3D. So it's what, 16 cores?
Uh,
I mean, it's legitimately a beast of a processor and it was
yeah.
crying. It
Anyways,
was way
yeah,
not it's not ready. It's just not ready. Maybe for Intel, I don't know, but for AMD it was not good.
yeah. Um, interactables, right? When they work there, it's beautiful and it works great. Fuses are a 50-50 whether or not they're going to go in a door. You're also looking at sometimes the fuse is stuck in the door, or you get a card, you put it in a door, it doesn't work, card disappears. You're like, oh, where'd my red card go?
Art doesn't
When it does
work.
work, so far there have been workarounds for fuse doors that don't work. You just use your grab gun.
Yep.
It's a little annoying. You got to position it right. Overall, it's better than it was. It's getting to where it needs to be. That's it. It's getting there. It's getting there.
And this is
Yeah.
going to tie into the locations and mission designs
Oh
because
yeah.
the contested zones, when they work, it's a blast. It's so much fun. Like if you enjoy any FPS gameplay at all in PvP wise, it's super fun. If it's dead on your server and you're able to go through it, it still can be difficult if the bots are on point.
And
They can be rough. We were doing what orb last night,
you just
and
walk away with tier 3 arms, tier 3
holy
legs, tier
crap.
2 arm,
Like
tier 1 leg.
we get through the red door, get a little bit down the
He had a
hall,
pistol. He had
and
a
there's like
pistol.
20 plus bots spawning, running down the hall straight at you,
Oh my god.
beelining, laying down fire. They're ducking into cover. Like, that's good stuff, though. I enjoy that.
They actually improved it to where like baseline needed
Yeah.
to be entertaining. Where
And then
it's an actual yeah, sorry.
the mission design stuff. What was that mission we did where we had the ship at the end? Like the
Which
ship with
one?
the gold at the end. In
Okay, so you
Pyro.
go to a remote asteroid base, you pay
Yeah,
like
that one.
33K, you fight through, and then it gets to the hangar. And the hangar, the bots are on 11, all right? I'm talking they're laying down cover fire from across the back of the hangar. Well, you're getting flanked on both sides by guards, and you got a guards charging you in the middle, and you're just like, "Oh, and these guys hurt." I'm talking just it's
That was a
finally a
fun
good
mission.
level where it's actually difficult.
It
Where
was a
you're not
fun
just
mission.
yeah, you're not given just because you showed up. You actually had to like do shit. It's a
You,
game. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be difficult.
you had to work. You have to work for your reward, and the
Yeah,
reward was like 80 SCU of gold you could pull out and take away. Like,
yeah.
it's freaking awesome.
Don't get me wrong, not a huge haul, but it was fun. Like the key thing to take away is they need to do more of that difficulty of bot everywhere. Like not everywhere, but like
Hmm.
in any of the harder zones. If you're going in contested zones, that's what they should be.
And
Just
that
these ridiculous, yeah.
the one mission on Terminus that we did where you go down, you had to go underneath like each of the buildings, disable their power generators in each of the areas and take it out. And there was a boss, like a
Yeah.
boss spawn at each of the spots. Like that was cool. Mind you, it's worked like 10% of the time right now, but here's to hoping
It,
that 401 gets some of that patched up. But
yeah.
we've had some success on some days. A lot of days we have not, but it is what you make it right now. And it's been bumpy, but we're trying to stay a little hopeful. Just a
A
little.
little.
Just a little.
Anyways, mission designs. They're going in the right way. They need a ton more missions. They need a ton more different designs. They need to have some ground assaults where you can't use ships. They need to have a reason for bikes and tanks and the ballista and like all like the Centurion or whatever. They need reasons for those to exist right now. And it's great to have them in game, but they could easily put in a few missions where those are required, not desired, but required. There should be a few missions where you require a tank. Like you require a prospector to go out and, you know, to mine. Have that for the Nova tank. Have that for a Nox or a Pulse, where you actually have to take this dragonfly and fly it through a cavern or a little like tunnel path. Anyways, a place ships can't get to. Like they need shit like that.
Put it underground. Simple
Exactly.
enough. Put a drive-in cave system underground. I mean, they have cave systems implemented already. I mean, Kudre is one of them.
Yep.
Kudre Oranzellen is one of them, and that's a pretty extensive cave, but you can't get through it with anything other than walking through it. But
Yeah.
similar concept, and you could add that, put a bunker-ish kind of style mission down there, and go.
Hear me out. Hear me out. They have a seal shield facility on ground is one of like their their remnants of whatever. It's always shielded. Tons of AA cannons and missiles and everywhere. You can't take a ship within 5K of it or whatever. They already have the processing centers. They could do something kind of similar to that, but just for a seal shield facility. And then the only way you can get there is to do like a pod race on your dragonflies or whatever. How great would that be? Like pod racing through canyons and stuff? Oh, that'd be
Be a blast. Be
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
And then you get there and it's like, oh, you got some extremely valuable item. Maybe you get some Janelite or something like from one of the things. So you can only fill up what's in your backpack to take out. How great would that be? You walk away with 400-500K or something like that, or even 1 million for like an hour-long mission.
That'd be dope. That'd be awesome
Anyway,
if they did stuff like that.
anyways, they were just talking about the narratives coming up and Save Stanton Mission Chapter 2 or Chapter 3, Chapter 2. Stage 2, Chapter 1?
3. Save Stanton
Stage
3.
Save Stanton 3?
Yeah,
Anyways,
this is the
the
third
next
phase. Phase 3.
well, yeah, but they're dividing into two chapters. So chapter 1 was in 3.24, chapter 2 is in 4.0 and featuring the pyro side of events, ship skins, some redacted thing they haven't talked about yet.
You know
Uh,
what it's gonna be.
yeah, the pyro F8A, we already know.
Come on.
Okay? It's going to
No,
be
it's
that.
not.
It's never going to be
It's too
that.
bad the F8A or F8 has been nerfed into the dirt.
Yeah. You know what it's
Sad
probably going
days.
to be? I'm calling it right now. A pyro themed plushie.
It's gonna
Pyro
be a
themed plushie.
it's gonna be a pirate plushie.
It's gonna be a pirate. Oh no, pirate penguin.
The pirate penguin. It's gonna have
It's gonna
like
have a little pirate hat,
a little pirate head and a little swashbuckler sword or something.
one of like the little Valakars on its shoulder. Anyways, they talked about the rest of the stuff. Everything's getting improved as like a general tech factor. You know, the online technology, general improvements, the R&D. Everything's moving along. We might be getting some lightning and shit soon, which is going to be great. They're talking about how they're going to have rain in certain areas. Everything's going to look prettier than it already is, and you're going to get some cool lightning and some cool shit. They don't say anything about the solar death ray flares or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's they improved the character, customization shit, so you get a whole bunch more choices. Um, but yeah, like do you have anything else? Like they've just improved pretty much all the extra shit. I don't
No,
know what to
that I mean
say.
that pretty much summarizes that thing up. I mean, yes, we expanded on a lot of things, but we're here to talk
Yeah.
about it. That's why we're doing this podcast series. The last thing we wanted to bring up was the 4.0.1 PTU stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
The list is long, guys. Like, holy cow. So I'm scrolling through here and looking at all of what Waka has posted. There is so much stuff going on that we don't
Yeah.
even we can't it's
We're not going to cover all of
ridiculous.
it. Look,
No, we
there's
can't cover this.
a couple keys to take away. Some of them are fixes, some of them are possible fixes, some of them are updates, some of them are I heard the C2 actually works.
It
I don't know.
does. We did test it. It did work.
They are not bringing out the handyman missions. Those are getting nixed until the next whatever.
4.0.2 or whatever it will be, maybe.
Yeah,
Who knows?
4.0.1.1.1.
A/B.
Yeah. So look, shit's moving along. There are some major downsides. Components are still not in contested zones. Guns are still not restocking contested zones. Uh, there's kind of like a lack of mission diversity. Payouts or whatever. Like payouts are they work on missions, but not for cargo or mining. They should definitely throw in some mining missions.
Yeah, mining missions would be awesome. You know, you have to mine a certain
Yeah.
ore or whatever out of a cluster or something.
Or
That'd be
even
cool.
if you can like get you got the salvage missions, you go out and you salvage shit. Why not having mining missions where like we have a crazy giant node and you're gonna have to go there like an asteroid cluster and you can buy like the location of Quantanium. You can buy the location to Bexelite, Terranite, Stellaron, whatever. Or even like a Janelite node, one, where you have to go down deep into the caverns to find it. And it only pops up like once an hour, kind of like they did with the what was the old salvage one they did in Stanton? with a 200k salvage. What was it called? Do you remember?
I remember what you're talking about, but yeah, the
Yeah,
but
but
you'd
yeah, the
pick up
ones
the
that they're
mission.
doing in
That
Pyro.
was the unverified one.
Yeah, but what if they had that for like one Janelite node deep in a crevice somewhere? It would give you a hint on where to find these crazy underground, shit you can explore at a later date. Anyways, yeah, enough ranting.
Enough ranting. But anyways,
Enough
guys,
ranting.
we're gonna be continuing the series on. We're just gonna talk about what we've been seeing in the game, doing in the game, trying to keep it as
Yep.
upticked as possible here. There's enough people out there being down about the game. We get it. We understand because we're playing through it too. But we're trying to
Yeah,
hope forward and push through it because it is a game that we do enjoy. We love seeing the progress, and it hurts when we're all down.
it would be great to see it work. Like if shit just worked, it'd be so beautiful. It'd be the top game. I mean, it's GTA Tarkov in space with all the little mining and space trucking and farming simulator you could possibly imagine. It encompasses a player base that's going to be millions and millions and millions and hundreds of millions. It's going to surpass every fucking game out there once it works, without a doubt.
Here's the hope.
Yeah, buddy.
It's been a long ride
And
since
on the next episode,
2013.
yeah, on the next episode of what do we call this again? The neutral grounds,
The neutral report.
the neutral report.
You dork.
You dork. Okay, it's the first episode. Give me a break. Anyways,
Yeah, it's fine.
we're bringing out conspiracy theory hour, where I go into how Knight Rider is really just Chris Roberts.
Anyways, guys, y'all have a good night. Take care. We'll see you on the next video. We got a lot of ship build videos coming up here.
Yep.
We're got a bunch in the works right now with our little
Yep.
ship review / build videos going on. Try and get you guys into the metas of the gameplay right now. The meta change from 3.2.4 to now is getting pretty big, with the components being swapped around and adjusted a lot with 4.0.1. Some good changes, I think, with the stealth changes. I mean, I get it. Y'all want to be hidden from 0.05 meters in front of a person, but it's just not right now. It's too strong.
No.
It's too strong.
There have to be more detriments to using stealth components.
Yep.
If you're going to be invisible from 5 meters out, you get 5 shield health, okay? Like, that's kind of how it should work.
I shouldn't be able to stealth in my F8 from a
Oh my
couple
God.
K away. I'm sorry. Anyways, you guys take care. We'll see you on the next video. Have a good night.
GG's.